IPMNation.com.
This is Lauren Hurley. You're listening to Local Outbreak on IPM Nation.
Local Outbreak on IPM Nation. This is Matt from IPM Nation here at the studio at 50 Canal Street in downtown Laconia, where we record the show every Tuesday night. And, of course, Local Outbreak sponsored by Central NH Events. If you need a DJ for your event, go to centralnhevents.com. Mr. Tim Martin does a phenomenal job and is a big part of what makes this show possible, as well as, of course, the studio at in downtown Laconia. Very, very cool, funky little gift shop and art gallery. And, in fact, they're putting up some art in the window tonight. So a lot of cool stuff going on here. Busy place. Definitely check it out. And thestudionh.com is the website if you want to check it out online. Please support your local businesses. Very, very important. I also want to mention, too, Ryan LeMay from the New Prophets has a Facebook page for local musicians called Sonic Wallpaper, which you should definitely check out. Just go to Facebook, do a search for that. Very, very cool, very positive Facebook page. A good place for musicians to network and learn more about the local scene and kind of connect with each other. And very, very cool. Sonic Wallpaper. So Ryan's been doing a lot in the local scene, and actually has sent me a lot of very cool guests. And tonight we have with us Lauren Hurley here at the studio. Lauren, how are you?
Hello, I'm so good. How are you?
Good. And you actually, you know Ryan, I'm sure, probably, right?
What's his last name again?
Ryan LeMay.
You know, I've heard of it, and I'm on the Sonic Wallpaper, I do believe.
Okay, yeah, I remember seeing you on there. You actually came to us by way of Kendra L. Saunders.
Yeah, I met her at the bookstore through my friend Shane, and we had fashion in common.
Oh, okay.
So that's where we kind of got our conversation started. And
very cool.
We're both artsy-fartsy ladies. I
Kendra, I don't know if she told you, she hosts a show on IPM Nation called The Kendra L. Saunders Show, where she interviews people in fashion, and she's talked to people from Project Runway and shows like that. So
it's awesome.
Yeah, so she's been part of IPM for a long time.
Go Kendra.
And where are you from, Lauren?
I am originally from Methuen, Mass.
Okay.
I crawled up north about 8 years ago, and I've been living in Tilton for a year now.
Oh, very good.
Yeah.
And what brought you up here? Why did you move up here?
I live with my parents.
Do you? Yeah.
Yeah, I love it up here so much, and I think maybe I'll resign here someday, but I'll be off to the city soon enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where? What do you mean? You gonna head down to Boston?
I'd like to go somewhere where I can play music every night of the week.
Yeah. A little hard to do around here.
It is, but it's beautiful here.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you brought a disc with you, and you're going to play for us live tonight. But you want to start with something from your studio release?
Sure.
Okay.
This next song is called "Could This Be."
Could This Be? Okay, and this is from your disc Sunday.
Yeah.
All right, very good. So this is Could This Be from Lauren Hurley here on Local Outbreak on IPMNation.com.
The silence is damned and it won't ignore. It's kicking holes into our white door. Fear is a verb that you've heard before. It always impedes on the things you adore. There's a fire burning in your core. When happiness comes, you cannot be insecure. The joy that is given's the joy that you make. It's push and it's shove, it's give and it's take. I've been to and I've been fro. All the things we think we know will fade to gray. There's something to say about our lust when our bodies become dust and drift away. Standing on the edge of something new. Never have I felt the way I do. Momentarily free. inspire, live passionately. And when your heart aches, when your cradle breaks, when you have to face all of your mistakes, you must realize that what is new will become old. You must realize that what is gray may turn to gold. I've been to and I've been fro. All the things we think we know will fade to gray, to gray. There's something to say about our lust when our bodies turn to dust and drift away. Standing on the edge of something new. Never have I felt the way I do. Momentarily free of my barriers. Every little thing's come to fruition. Only have to use my intuition. No pressure when the circle's complete. It is golden. We'll be free. Don't let them cage you. Won't let them cage me. We'll be free. Believe. Standing on the edge of something new. Never have I felt the way I do. Momentarily free of my barriers. Every little thing's come to fruition. Only have to use my intuition. No pressure when the circle's complete. It is golden. Standing on the edge of something new. Never have I felt the way I do. Momentarily free of my barriers. Every little thing's come to fruition. Only have to use my intuition. No pressure when the circle's complete. It is golden.
Local Outbreak on IPMNation.com. This is Matt from IPM Nation. We are here at the studio in downtown Laconia. Our guest this week is Lauren Hurley. And Lauren, so you have this disc Sunday. This is looks like a full length. You got 10 tracks on there.
Yes, indeed. I released it 2 years ago.
Okay. Where did you record?
In Quincy, Mass.
Okay. What's the? Did you record at a specific studio or
with Lou Balls?
Okay. And why'd you go there?
It was just at the time I'd met them and they were interested in my music, and so I recorded some stuff with them, and it's all radio friendly kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But
are these the same tracks? Because I was on your Reverb Nation page earlier.
Yeah, there's tracks on my Reverb Nation
stuff. Yeah, really good. I really like the production. It sounds. What I noticed was, it sounds. It's got a bigness to it, which I like, but it also it doesn't sound overly. Never sure the right words. It doesn't sound overproduced in that it's not terribly slick. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm looking.
There's something almost analog about the production, I guess is what I'm trying to say, which I really like.
Cool, thank you. I didn't produce it. I can't take credit for the production, but it was a cool direction for a while, and we'll see what happens in the future. I don't know if it will be down the same route, but I'm happy that I had my songs applied to the pop structure for that period of time.
Yeah. Do you what went into the decision to record a full length? Because a lot of artists now, a lot of the guests that we've had on this show, they will just do an EP or they'll just release singles. Only occasionally do I talk to someone who actually put out a full length. What went into that decision?
I was just pumping them out in the studio.
Yeah.
So I picked my favorites and I sell them independently, and since I've recorded some stuff on my own, and now I'm going down that route of EPs and demo sounding stuff, and hopefully recording in New York soon.
Oh, very good.
Yeah.
So it was going relatively quickly then in the studio when you were in there?
I recorded that over a summer.
Okay.
A whole summer. So it wasn't that quick, but we probably got a half track a day.
Oh, okay. Yeah, not bad. Who's on these with you, or is it all you?
It's just about all me and Lou.
Okay.
Yep.
Did who does the percussion?
It's all in the computer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So did Lou program the drums?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Yeah.
I'm not actually even sure.
Well, I mean, however he did it, it came out really, really well. It sounds great.
Thank you.
And of course, you're going to be playing for us live tonight too.
Mm-hmm.
And we were talking off air before the show about how your live presentation sounds very different than what's on the disc.
Yeah, it's more my steez, really. I've been working on my live stuff for 8 years.
Okay.
So it's no blip. It's what people come out for and stuff.
Yeah. Well, when you play live, is it always just you and a guitar like we have tonight, or do you sometimes play with other people, or how does that work?
Sometimes I play with other people. Sometimes my sister sings with me.
Oh, really? Yeah.
She has a really pretty voice. So she'll sometimes sing harmonies with me. And
oh, nice.
Played with a drummer for a little bit. Love to jam with people and whatnot.
Yeah. Well, what you're doing, it's you're kind of working in a configuration where it seems like it lends itself to that flexibility.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like I've always been kind of envious of singer-songwriter types or whatever term you want to use, because you have that flexibility. It's not like you're in a band where you have 4 people
bands
or you
are
have 5
hard.
people. And
bands are so hard. I've been in bands before.
Have you? Yeah.
Yeah, and I love it, but it's tough. On one side of things, you're on stage, and you have 4 or 5 people to really depend on and help you lift the sound up. When I go up there, I'm on my own up there.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's being in a band's hard. Getting everyone on the same page, looking towards the same goals is hard. And
the variance in commitment levels can be brutal.
Right, and the nature of being a songwriter is kind of being a little bit of a control freak in a way, because you have an idea of what a sound's going to be like, and you really it's tough to get everything cohesive sounding and sounding like that idea that you had.
Was that a struggle for you being in a band? Did you have that frustration of you'd write something and then it's not turning out the way you originally imagined it?
Luckily, when I was in a band, it was kind of magical. I was in a band in high school, and we all kind of magically worked together.
Yeah.
But it's certainly, as I move forward, it's certainly something I keep in mind.
Yeah.
And it's true right now. It's easier to just book the stuff and do everything myself. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You mentioned something too about selling the songs independently. So do other artists buy your tunes, or?
I just have them on me. I don't have them online or anything like that.
Oh, okay.
You can buy my songs from me when you see me live, and that'll change in the coming year.
Yeah, yeah.
But right now you can buy my stuff from me.
Yeah.
It's that way I keep it. It's a little more underground that way.
Yeah.
And when I release something that I'm unbelievably proud of, then I can get it up on Bandcamp and.
Right. Well, you do have stuff up on Reverb Nation, and it sounds, like I said, it sounds great. I was listening today, and why don't we, since you've got your guitar and you look like you're ready to go?
Yeah, sure.
Why don't we get you to play live? What do you want to play?
I would like to play a song I wrote more recently called Under Blue.
Okay. And is this on the disc, or is this totally? Oh, this is totally new?
This is new. Yeah.
So this is like a world premiere.
Ish. Yeah.
All right, very good. So Lauren Hurley in the studio with us tonight. She's going to perform Under Blue.
It's the business. Tough, but it's a business. It's a struggle. Sometimes it's a struggle. And I've been broken. As a young girl, I was broken. Now I'm driven, slow, but I am driven. And I know the worst is yet to come, but
but it will be worth it when the day is done, and I wake again to see the sun and the blue. It's the sickness. Sucks, but it's the sickness. It's the disease. It ain't me, it's the disease, yeah. And I hate to say that I'm used to it, but I know it's true. Now I know the worth of my body more than I used to. And I know the worst is yet to come, but it will be worth it when the day is done. And I wake again to see the sun and the blue.
Local Outbreak on IPM Nation. This is Matt from IPMNation.com. We are here tonight at the studio in downtown Laconia with Lauren Hurley. And she played live for us earlier, and she's going to play live for us again in a little bit at the end of the show tonight. But Lauren, do you play out a lot? You do a lot of shows these days?
Yes, indeed. As many as possible.
Where do you usually play?
I play a lot at Modern Gypsy and Studio 550 in Manchester. I also play...
Are those new? I don't know about either of those.
Newish.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, we're doing all ages shows there.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's really cool. All ages shows. Most of them are free or free and donations based, or like $3, just enough for like gas money.
Wow.
Or paying,
Cool. Now, where in Manchester is that?
So Studio 550 is on Elm Street.
Okay.
It's right across the street from the Verizon Center.
Oh.
It's a little incognito. It's in a brick building.
Okay.
But it's between the Shell and Murphy's.
Okay.
And Modern Gypsy is 383 Chestnut Street. And I'm having two shows there, actually.
Oh.
One is October 17th with Frost Heave, Avi Jacob, Brad and Mercedes. And that's October 17th at Modern Gypsy. And then October 20th, we're having a show at Studio 550.
Okay.
With Jake McElvey.
Okay.
He's a touring guy.
Nice.
Band. Yeah.
That's great. I love hearing about new venues opening up.
They're awesome places. Modern Gypsy is a local art shop / vintage clothing, and Studio 550, they offer dance classes and martial arts classes, and they are a pottery studio.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah. Very cool.
Yeah.
Excellent. And where else do you play?
True Brew. I'm playing there September 26th, so that's the closest thing that I have at 5:30 on the patio.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
Good.
And then I play farmers markets, random stuff.
Yeah.
Just always booking, always looking. I play at Shaskeen and yeah.
Excellent. Do you have a lot of material? How many songs have you written?
The last time I counted was about a year ago, and I had 200.
Wow.
But I don't write that often. I've just been writing for a very long time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So when you go to play out, is it hard to put a set list together because you have so much material to, or do you even put a set list together? I know some people just kind of.
I absolutely do. Half my first half of my notebook is songs that I'm writing, and the second half fills up much more quickly, which is set lists.
Yeah.
Is
it hard to narrow down? I mean, that's all. You got a lot of tunes.
Not usually. I just go with my gut, and I kind of go off of the last song that I played, and then they're favorites.
Yeah.
I'll have like a really special show, and I'll come up with a set list, and then my set list will be similar to that set list for a little while. Yeah. Until I write a new something, or I pull something out that I, let fade out. That I had let fade out and that I want to bring back. So it's kind of ever changing. Sure. Covers, I'll throw covers in there depending on where I'm playing. If I'm playing like a long haul gig, tomorrow I'm playing a chiropractic place.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, and last weekend I played the local in Warner, and those are like marathon gigs, 3-hour gigs, so you got to pull out all the tricks.
Yeah. Do you do any covers? Do you work any covers into that?
Yeah, I certainly do. It's how I learn.
Sure.
How I learn new stuff, and when I'm not in the writing mood, I can still be adding stuff to the repertoire.
Yeah. What kind of covers do you do? Because I always feel like you can kind of figure a lot about a person's influences by what they choose to play for covers.
Yeah, I'm all over the place. Right now, I'm into T-Rex really hard. Yeah, I'm loving T-Rex right now. Sia, I love learning Sia songs because they're very vocally, they're in my range, but also they push it for me. Yeah. So those are always good. I love No Doubt. Mm-hmm. So I learned, Gwen Stefani covers, and let's see what else I cover. I cover some Neil Young.
Yeah, really?
And then I cover some poppier stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of all over the place.
Yeah, that's good. In terms of learning too, because you mentioned that's part of how you learn is with covers. I mean, are you self-taught or did you take guitar lessons?
100%.
Really?
I played saxophone for a long time, so that's kind of how I got into music.
Yeah.
But I was lucky enough to have friends that played guitar, so I just watched them.
Yeah.
And I love guitar.
Yeah.
I love guitar. I mean, I don't consider myself a guitarist by any means. I play guitar. It's fun for me.
Yeah.
And it was fun for me from the very beginning. I saw some ad online today that was like, oh, but the first stages of learning guitar, they're so boring. But it was never like that for me. I loved learning a G chord. I could listen to somebody learn how to play a G chord all day. It doesn't bother me. I really love just figuring out that new fingering, and it encompasses your sight. You're able to see it, hear it, feel it, and it's very gratifying to learn a new chord or to just overcome like a little guitar hard thing.
That's awesome, because for so many people learning an instrument, that those initial steps can be you know, like a lot of things in life, you know, like anything, like going to the gym, you know, it's like just motivating yourself to get there is the hard part. And then once you're there, you're into it, you know, and it can be like that learning an instrument too for a lot of people. It's, you know, when they first sit down to try to learn an instrument, it's like the frustration of not being good at it right away, you know, and it's hard for a lot of people to overcome that. But it sounds like you really approach learning in an entirely different way, because if you have that such enthusiasm for learning, then you don't have that struggle of breaking through that barrier of having to motivate yourself to learn it. You just want to learn it.
The frustration is good. That moment of like, I can't play this chord right now and it's driving me nuts. That moment where you kind of want to shout a little bit is the moment that's going to make you feel so good when you do figure it out.
Yeah.
So I try not to get down on try not to waste that time going, because I can't, you know, put my fingers around the chord. If you keep doing it, you will. And it's like anything else, you know.
Yeah.
I've tried to get into the gym before, and I'm going to keep trying to get into the gym before, but you fall out. You know, there are some times that my guitar stays in the case from one gig and I pull it out right before the next gig.
Sure.
And I practice for 3 hours straight because I need to catch up.
Yeah.
And that's not the way I want it to be.
Right,
you know?
of course, yeah.
But sometimes you get stuck in the trap of Netflix and your computer and whatever, and you don't, you know, and you aren't pursuing your passion or, you know, just being creative. And
right, exactly.
So it's definitely a push. I think for our generation, it's even more of a push to get out of the comfort zone, out of the trap, you know. Now
that's interesting. Why do you say that for your generation?
Because we're like, well, for my generation, we're like demi-techs. We're like half technology. We've like had a little bit of life without technology, you know, where AOL took like 100 years to dial up, and you know, those days, like I was young when that was happening, but now it's just computer now.
Right.
You know, kids are just having the computer. And I think that if I had had a laptop in my room when I was 12 years old, I probably wouldn't pick up guitar. I probably wouldn't have become obsessed with writing and all that stuff, because we had one computer in the house and I had to fight for it. Yeah. You know, so on the off time, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean. I mean, it's funny because I sometimes struggle just with, you know, the running IPMNation.com. You know, I have to be online to do that. And that's a big part of how I make my living these days. And, but then there's those moments where it's like, you know, there's something pops into my head that I really want to check out on YouTube, you know, and then it's into the YouTube vortex because I'm not the most self-disciplined at times with that. Yeah, and then it's like,
me neither.
Oh, I watched that video. Okay, that was a quick break. Oh, let me click this other.
And then your whole day turns into a break.
Right, yeah.
That happens to me all of the time.
Yeah.
And it's frustrating, but I feel like it's the new struggle.
Yeah.
It's the new struggle for everybody. It's just like peeling yourself away, shutting the laptop, you know, and getting to the good stuff, which isn't scrolling through Tumblr. It's making a collage with your hands, you know? And, and it's tough. It's really tough because it's like comfort food.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Or Wikipedia. Oh, there's that TV show I used to watch. How many seasons did that run again? Let me look that up really quick. And then it's, you know, one thing leads to another. Yeah, it can be very, very distracting. Do you also feel like, though, that it's a good time to be doing this because now, because of the internet has evolved in the way that it has, you know, some people complain, like, you know, you hear a lot of like heritage artists complain about the internet and it killed the music industry and all this stuff that isn't true. They're just looking at it completely wrong in my view. But we exist in an era where you can, you know, you can create things and communicate directly with your fans and, you know, about shows or a new song that you've done or whatever. Or, you know, we mentioned, you know, earlier Reverb Nation, how I was listening to your stuff on there earlier. And, you know, 20 years ago, that wouldn't have been possible.
Right. I can certainly see both sides of it.
Yeah.
And it's changing, like all things do.
Right.
So we have to embrace that change. We have to go forward. And I still think that the most important thing is that when you go out into the world, it's as honest as it can be. And it's pretty much that it's as honest as it can be, that it's a true reflection of your creative being.
Yeah.
You know? And for me, I haven't gotten there's struggles with the internet because I'm not much of a technological person, so there are pitfalls when you're not. You know, I can prove myself in a live setting, person to person, face to face.
Right.
On the computer, it's a little more difficult.
Yeah. I understand. Yeah,
so
absolutely.
There's give and take, but we must move forward.
Yeah, adapt or die, pretty much. You know, like with any industry. Now, in terms of because we mentioned using the internet to promote live shows and whatnot. Do you get out of New Hampshire much, or in terms of touring, have you been sticking around here?
Not enough at all. Yeah. I hope to.
Yeah,
I hope to. It's all about meeting people and getting the right person to say, "Hey, she's good enough." You know,
right.
have her play live. It's a more tough to go out there and ask for gigs and to receive a response. You know, if you send 10 emails, you might get 2 responses.
Right.
But if you go and you play open mics, the chances are it can lead to something better. So that's how I've done most of my booking, is I go out, I play stuff, and people go, "Oh, I like that. Will you play my party? Will you play my wedding?"
There you go. Yeah.
And that's how I get gigs.
Yeah.
So that's why I haven't branched out, is because I book like that.
Yeah.
I book person to person, face to face kind of deal.
Yeah. Well,
that's not to say that
it's working for you. It's working for you.
It has been, certainly.
Yeah.
I'd like to branch out, though.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Plans.
Well, you will. I mean, you've got a plan, you know, like you were saying, and move into a big city and whatnot. Before we wrap up this segment, too, I have to ask you, because we're talking about learning how you learn to play guitar. What about your vocal skill? Because you got a pretty powerful voice. Are you also self-taught vocally?
Yeah.
Wow.
I was never considered to have a very good voice growing up.
Really?
My sister was an opera singer, and she has a beautiful voice. And
the same sister that sometimes will come out and harmonize with you? Oh, that's awesome, yeah.
And it was just love of songs. I love songs so much, and I can't stop singing. I've been singing since I was very, very, very small, since before I was talking. I was singing. I'm addicted to it. I sing when I wake up in the morning, when I go to sleep, and eventually your voice gets better. If you're not tone deaf, you can even figure it out if you're tone deaf, how to sing.
Right.
But if you're not tone deaf, it is a muscle, and there are all sorts of things you can do to help your voice get better.
Right.
And the biggest thing is just sing.
Yeah.
Just sing all the time. So over the years, no, I haven't had any training at all. So what's happened is a lot of the times my voice will break. When it breaks real bad.
Really?
And then when it heals up, it's like 10 times better. So I don't know how long I can go on that streak before.
Did you have a moment growing up where you realized, or someone around you realized that you could sing, that you'd sort of made enough progress where you could legit sing? Because you know, you mentioned you weren't considered a very good singer growing up, but now obviously, like I said, you've got a great voice. Was there a moment where maybe your opera singer or sister or somebody said, "Hey, actually, you know, you can sing"?
It happened so gradually.
Really?
It was all about the songs when I was in high school, when I was about a freshman in high school. Even before high school, it was all, wow, you wrote that. Because I wrote these weird, dreamy, you know, stuff that was very true to my own 12-year-old, 13-year-old, 14-year-old experience.
Sure.
And I think that just baffled people, that I was writing good songs. You know, they weren't great songs. They weren't songs that but they were good songs for a 14-year-old or a 13-year-old. And I think that's what started everything was, wow, that's a good song. You know, let me hear that one. People having favorite songs, and slowly trickled in, hey, your voice. But that happened later. If you listen to my old stuff, it's tough to even listen to.
Really?
The songs are good, but I sound kind of small.
Yeah.
I haven't figured out my true voice, my real voice. A lot of people sing, and I've done this so many times, and it's not your true voice. It's it's picking up on other stuff. It's sounds that you've heard, and that's another practice is singing with your true voice, with who you are.
Interesting.
And that's about being present. It's a lot more spiritual than it is about technicality.
Sure. I'm sure a lot of that too has to do with shedding a certain amount of self-consciousness, and just kind of being yourself and not being too overly concerned with what other people perceive or when they hear you.
You can't fool people, People can tell if you're uncomfortable.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a very difficult thing to become comfortable on when you're, doing something very personal.
Right.
But it's something that you have to learn how to do. And I've continually, struggled but adapted to that.
Yeah.
Because I love doing this, and I feel that it's my true calling, at least up to this point in my life. So, and as far as I can see.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, why don't we play another track from the disc? What do you want to play?
This song is called Hands, and it's a love dove song.
Okay. Oh, this is one of the ones I listened to online too. And this is we should mention too, this is from your disc Sunday, and this is available at shows, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can come see me live.
Excellent. All right, so this is Hands from Lauren Hurley here on Local Outbreak on IPMNation.com.
You're trapped in a box now, baby. Tell me that I'm beautiful. I'm the one who drives you crazy. The others try to get you out. You stand there looking pitiful. I'll meet you on the shore. I'll meet you when you're bored and in need of a little distraction. But all you get from me is twisted authenticity. No promise of equal attraction. I just want your love affair. On the beach, I want your hair in my hands, my hands, my hands, my hands. You make me wanna dance now, baby. Get your ass up. Let's hit the floor. Your skin's always driving me crazy. You better cover up, love. Either or. I'll meet you on the shore. I'll meet you when you're bored and in need of a little distraction. But all you get from me is twisted authenticity. No promise of equal attraction. I just want your love affair. On the beach, I want your hair in my hands, my hands, my hands, my hands. I just want your love affair. On the beach, I want your hair in my hands, my hands, my hands, my hands. My hands are shaking, baby. Now you must know the truth. My heart is a trembling for you. My eyes are glistening under the pale bright moon. Can't you see that all of me wants to be a
Local Outbreak on IPMNation.com. This is Matt from IPM Nation, and we are here tonight at the studio with Lauren Hurley. And before we wrap up, I want to remind everybody, of course, that Local Outbreak, you can find all the shows archived at IPMNation.com/Local Outbreak, so you can stream them, download them, keep them forever and ever. And, of course, you can hear the show, new episode every Sunday night at 10 p.m. on 100.1 The Planet. And, of course, we do record the show here every week at the studio, 50 Canal Street in downtown Laconia. The studionh.com is the website if you want to check it out online. Very, very cool place, little art store and or gift store and art gallery, I should say. And of course, don't forget, we are sponsored by Central NH Events. If you need a DJ for your event, go to centralnhevents.com. Tim does a great job, and if you need a DJ for your event, he's definitely the guy to go to. And of course, too, I want to mention Ryan LeMay has a page that he's built on Facebook. Ryan LeMay from the New Prophets, who were on the show recently. The Facebook page is Sonic Wallpaper. So if you're a local musician or you're just interested in the local scene, we suggest you join that page, Sonic Wallpaper. Lauren is on it. I'm on it. Very, very cool, very positive, good page for networking and finding out what's going on in the New Hampshire music scene. So check that out as well. And Lauren, before we wrap up, can you tell us again what you've got coming up? Because you got a few local shows.
Yes, indeed. The closest one I have is September 26th. It's at True Brew Barista in Concord in Bicentennial Square at 5:30. Also, October 17th in Manchester, New Hampshire at Modern Gypsy. It's an all-ages show. It's going to be fantastic. We got some touring musicians there, and you have to check out Modern Gypsy. And October 20th at Studio 550, we're also having an awesome show that's in Manchester. And if you want to see those details again, please go to my Facebook music page, which is facebook.com/Lauren Hurley Music.
Okay.
And I post all my shows there. That's the best way of saying hello there or checking out when the dates are.
Very good. Very good. Well, Lauren, this has been great. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you for having me, Matt.
And you're going to play one more song to play us out. What are you going to play?
Sure. This song is called Little Bunny.
All right. Very good. So this is Little Bunny from Lauren Hurley live here at the studio on Local Outbreak on IPM Nation.
Full moon on the rise, little bunny running anxious on my inside. Don't have a place to hide tonight. You leave me howling at the moon. Oh, don't care if I look insane. What's the potential flowing out in my brain? The right side is off and the left side is too, clearing the way so that my soul can come through. There is never one solid answer. I have yet to seal my fate. Oh, my burning, become a dancer. Let me be the love, not the hate. I've been around, round, going round, coming right up on the bed. I've been around, round, round in town. Call me a beat, my friend. 'Cause it's cold out there and no one cares if you're lonely again. Yeah, I've been lonely again. Hey. When I go down there, we'll be with that moon. Holds my anxiety like a cocoon. By the time it's noon, it always feels too soon to take a knife out of the wound and let it bleed. Yeah, I can't always see what I need through the fear of being more than a seed. You've been comforting a vessel like sheltering a bomb, and when I blow, you know I live for so long. Kaboom! I keep wishing for something better, but nothing's ever gonna soothe this ache. All we can do is come together. Let me feel the love, not the hate. I've been around, round, going round, coming right up on the bed. I've been
cold out there and no one cares if you're lonely again. Yeah, I've been lonely again. Ba 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 da 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 ba ba da 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 da. My friend, 'cause it's cold out there and no one cares if you're lonely again. Yeah, I've been lonely again. Yeah, I've been around, round, going round, coming right up on the bed. I've been around, round, round in town, call me up, my friend, 'cause it's cold out there and no one cares if you're lonely again. Yeah, I've been lonely again. Yeah, I've been lonely again. Yeah, I've been lonely again.
IPMNation.com.